Triple nickel niner here. You know me, can't pass up those yard sales. You know there's a million other things I probably need to be doing this morning. I should have been doing this morning. But yet, a town over, they were having their local yard sales. And my wife and I got up this morning kind of early and headed over there and hit up some pretty good deals. One item I bought was the most expensive, and that was $5. My wife picked up a few small things, but I turned out pretty good. Oh, and then there's a couple of shop updates that I've been accumulating over time. This week was my birthday. Wednesday was my birthday, so my wife had a really nice. We just made a day of it, and she got me a few things for the shop. One thing, is this indoor-outdoor remote control setup for your outlets, so I can put that light now on a remote control, and I can turn it on and off whenever I want. Kind of like a clapper slash Alexa. That way I don't have to have that cord hanging down, and I don't have to reach up there and flip that light, and then I can just flip on lights on and off wherever I want in the shop. She got me that, and she got me a really nice ring light. I have one. I have a small one, but our Walmart is going through this massive remodel, and she picked me up a ring light, like a 16-inch ring light for half price. It was like, I don't know, $30, and then they marked a bunch of them down. So I hope to incorporate that into some videos. So back to the yard sales. So we got up this morning. There's a community, a town over. They had their local yard sales today and got some pretty good stuff. So I'm just going to show you what I got. So this is the box. Part of what I got last, well, it was this last weekend yard sailing. And technically that wasn't a yard sale. That was just, that was a Facebook find. There was a guy, he was moving and he was getting rid of everything. And I actually went back to his yard sale yesterday after work, and he had some plumbing stuff I bought. So, but this is the rest of the hardware that I have not gone through yet. I still got to organize a bunch of it. So I'm almost there. The two cabinets, the two little parts bins that everything came in is now empty. And most of what's left is in here, and mostly it's just like boxes of hardware and stuff. So I'll organize that stuff later. I've got this big bin I'm going to start just dumping hardware in and just organizing it as I go. But this is what I got today. So one of the really cool finds was this really cool tripod. I don't typically like tripods, but this one's pretty neat. It folds up really small, and these legs telescope out, and it's actually a pretty sturdy little tripod. So I picked that up for $3. It's got the almost exact same mount that I need for my action cameras that I have not yet been able to incorporate into my videos, but someday soon I will. And this tripod, I think, will be what I use. Went to another yard sale, just picked up a bag of 25 cents. They say C-clamps. I think they're for mounting shelving brackets, but you know me, I can't pass up hardware, and especially for 25 cents. So pick those up. Those could be used for, like, wiring or whatever. So I got those. And then we went to a barn sale, and the guy was darn near almost giving stuff away. And they didn't have hardware like I like, but he had these two buckets. I bought these shelves. They're those old school, like, 80s shelves that have the plastic cover over them. I bought both these buckets for $2. He originally wanted $5, and I talked him down to $2, and he's like, just take it, get rid of it, because he was literally just giving stuff away. But I bought these shelves, or these shelving brackets, because I thought I could use them in the shop. They're really sturdy, and they've already got holes pre-drilled in them, and you can mount them pretty much any way you want. So yeah, so these are for $1. You can't go wrong with some sturdy shelving brackets. And this bucket right here, are just oddball brackets. I think maybe they're like old garage door bracket or hinges. They look like parts to an old garage door. I could be wrong. I really haven't made it through this bucket. You know, they're a little rusty, a little crusty, but some door parts, some bushings, looks like some piping. But yeah, looks like some door parts in there. It can be cleaned up, you know, and used for something. So I haven't, like I said, I really haven't been, I mainly bought it for these hinges. Because you just never know. You know, you can always pop this bracket off if you wanted to and use that for a really nice hinge. So that is going into the hardware collection. And then I was at another yard sale and a guy was selling these tool bags for $1. You cannot buy a tool bag for $1. I mean, a Craftsman tool bag for $1. Come on. These are what, $20, $30 now? Like, you just can't beat $1. And these are just like off-brand. Well, they're Job Site. No, Job Boss. Job Boss. I'm gonna look up what these cost on Amazon. I'm gonna post it in the video because you just cannot get that stuff for $1. So for $3, you know, I may not need them now, but I can put them away. Or, you know, if my son needs a tool bag or something, or, you know, if somebody I know needs one, you know, brand new. I mean, they're a little dirty. I mean, they got a little bit of, you know, dust on them, sawdust, but they'll clean up no problem. And then we went to one yard sale that was really out in the middle of nowhere. And they had we walked up, they said everything $1. It was a barn sale. And that right there, you know, everything $1, that's my kind of sale. And sorry, I'm getting a tool here because I'm gonna need this. And I happened to walk into the barn and they had several boxes like those. They were the sorter bins like those in the corner. And I said, "Are you selling the hardware?" And they said yes. And I said, I looked at some of it, and some of it was pretty rough. It looked like maybe the barn leaked and maybe got a lot of the stuff wet. And so I went ahead and went through a lot of the hardware, and I told him, I said, "Listen," I said, "I'm interested in buying some of the hardware, but I don't want the sorters. I just want some of the hardware." And I said, "Do you have a bag or something? Maybe I can sort out some hardware." And she's like, "Well, we have plenty of cigar boxes." And I said, "Okay." And I said, "What would you do if I fill a cigar box?" And she said, $1 a piece. Fill up a cigar box for $1 a piece. And I went nuts. And I most of the bins were already empty. It kind of already been used or picked through. But I got these 2 boxes of hardware for $1 a piece. So for $2, I'm gonna have a lot of sorting to do. Yeah, like I said, you can't buy. I got to a point where I was just dumping it into the boxes, and I really wasn't even looking when I was looking when I was getting. But I mean, there's some stuff in here like I didn't know this was in there. I don't know how that got in there, but yeah. So sad part about it was most of the stuff was organized in the sorters, but then I had to dump it in the box to carry them home, and then everything got unorganized. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of time to get organized. And yeah, but for $2, I mean, you cannot. I was at Walmart the other day pricing some hardware, and I think for like 50 nuts, it's like $1.28 now, $1.16, something like that. So for $2, I mean, this is like triple the amount of hardware that I got, you know, plus some knobs. I got this little knob here. You know, you can't buy 2 hinges for $2. I mean, come on. I can't resist. I can't resist buying hardware that cheap. I can't do it. And then at a yard sale, 50 cents, I bought Rambo. I don't know what he goes for on eBay, but yeah, 50 cents. So I wish he would just sit in here and sort my hardware for me. So Rambo, get on that. Since I'm organizing all of the hardware that I've been storing up, I got me one of these. These are like $5 at Home Depot. And this is just a bolt nut screw gauge. So this will get me started in kind of organizing and being able to label stuff. So it was my birthday. So one of my gifts that someone gave me, I ordered some of these the other day, and I love these things so far. These pegboard jars, you can get these on Amazon. I'll try to put a link to this link of these in the video, but they're $30 for 20 of them, and so it sounds a little pricey at first. And you can pick the color, either blue or red. Right now, I've been getting red, and someone gave me some birthday money, and so I bought another box of 20 of those pegboard jars. One other thing I've been doing, and I'm going to make a video on this, is I've been slowly buying these utility boxes, the ammo can utility boxes. I have been getting away from the milk cartons, and now I'm grouping like things. So, like, for example, like rope and wire. Like if I can wrap something up with whatever goes in that, rope and wire together in the same utility box. Another box down there that has all door parts. So like hinges, locks, stuff like that. So I've been grouping things together, and kind of like it would be at a hardware store. You know, if you're going to look for chain, then chain is typically down near the rope. And so kind of categorizing things like that. And it is really saving me a lot of space. This whole shelf right here, I've actually removed a shelf from this. And I'm actually going to have to remove this one, because eventually what I'm going to do is these will sit here, and then I'll stack. These are stackable. And these, you know, I can stack more on top. And then I used to have everything in a separate, I would just cut the back off of a milk carton, rinse it out really good, and then I would have parts in those milk cartons. And now consolidating items, again, I got rid of a shelf, and I can consolidate things as I go. When it's all said and done, I think I may put a shelf between the bottom layer of utility boxes and the top layer. That way I can grab one box when I need it instead of having to juggle boxes. Those utility boxes are, there's two different kinds. They're built exactly the same except for one difference. The Hypertough brand, and then there's a Amazon brand that is called Logix, Logix. And the only difference is, one, price. The Hypertough is a few cents cheaper. It's like 75, or I know it's more expensive. It's like 75 cents more expensive. So I'll show you. I'll show you kind of a front here. This is a Hypertough. This is not. The only difference that they have is that the Hypertough boxes have this little silver lock in the center. That is the only difference. Other than the fact, let me see if I can get, yeah, that's the only difference right there, is that little lock. Other than the fact that this one has Hypertough and Made in the USA here on top. This one just has Made in the USA on the lid. So that's the only difference to these boxes. I think they run about $6.15 on Amazon. I'll put a link to the boxes. Walmart, they run $6.88. So I'm still going through a very, very large organizing phase, and it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while to get it where I want it, but it's just going to take some time. I've got boxes and boxes of hardware everywhere. I got boxes of hardware over here. I got a big old box of hardware over there that I'm going to go through. So there's still a lot of items that I can put in boxes together. I just haven't gone through and done it yet. So yeah. So this is kind of an update, kind of a shop update. And yeah, got a lot to do, very little time. So, but this is Triple Nickel Niner out. Check out those deals, check out those yard sales, and have fun doing it. And it just, we had fun today, went out, we didn't spend a ton of money, had lunch and got to donate towards the fire station at the town over. And yeah, just a lot of fun. And Rambo says bye. Triple Nickel Niner out.